Sponsored by Bet365.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Tuck's Tips here at Rugby.com.au. Joining me today, as always, is Tuck himself.
Cheers, thanks for having me again.
Absolutely, and of course this weekend we have the Wallabies taking on Argentina, but this time we're not playing in Argentina.
Yeah, unbelievable for both teams. Yeah, play a game test at Twickenham. Very unusual, but I think both teams will enjoy it. Obviously, Australia coming off that, I think they'd be pretty upset with that loss to South Africa over there, although they've never won there. Had a massive hoodoo. I think they had enough ball in 22 to get that win, and obviously a lot of mistakes and bad execution cost them that game. And South Africa kicked their way to victory, 6 goals with no tries, and the Aussies scoring 1 try. But still no result the Aussies will be proud of.
And the only 2 changes for the first 15 heading into this weekend is, of course, Rory Arnold comes in for Rob Simmons and Lepeti Tamani gets his first start.
Gee, if you're a second rower playing for Wallabies, you don't know if you're in the team one week or not. It seems to be the position that changes this year. But look, both players have played have got a few games this year and are excellent players. Adam Coleman been outstanding in his first year, and Rory Arnold, there's not much bigger, so he's big enough. And then obviously Lepeti comes in for the injured Sean McMahon, which is a shame because I thought Sean McMahon was outstanding. But all of a sudden you change that into a really big pack and a big line out. So, it'd be really good to see us take the RG zone up front with that big pack.
They have named an unchanged backline though, Tuck, heading into this one at Twickenham.
Yeah, look, I thought they might have looked to change a few, but they've stuck with them. I like the fact they're giving another chance. I think although Quaid wasn't on his game in South Africa, he's definitely improved since he's back in the 10 jersey and probably still worth a go. Israel Folau probably had one of his worst games I've seen him play, but there's no way he could drop Israel. He's a class performer and one of the standout backs, so he definitely deserves his spot in the team, and I think he'll bounce back this weekend.
And the player in focus for the Wallabies this weekend, Tuck, is the number 7, Michael Hooper.
Yeah, your number 7 in Test football has to be one of your best players in the paddock, and Michael Hooper definitely is that. He's been outstanding this season. What I like about Michael Hooper, he's a classic 7. He's on the ball, he's making tackles, his work rate's second to none. But the thing that he adds to the 7 position that a lot of 7s don't do is his running game. He's making breaks, and he always seems to do that, 2 or 3 line breaks a game often. And that's an added extra that most 7s don't give you. And what a lot of people don't realise, he's got some serious jet shoes. He is quick for a 7. So he's been outstanding for them this year.
And of course, Tuck, the interesting thing about this game is we don't have to play them in Argentina. We get to play them in Twickenham.
Yeah, we'll play them at Twickenham, hopefully with no laser pointers now. And obviously, pounds are better than pesos, so it should be an outstanding game there in Twickenham. I'm really looking forward to this game, and the fact that Argentina, they've been beaten by New Zealand twice, pretty comprehensively, I guess, in the end. But, if you combine both those games, they've had a really, really good start in one and a really good second half in the other. So, they're not far Argentina away from putting together a good 80 minutes. Let's hope they don't do it this week against the Wallabies.
Having a look at the markets now, Tuck, and the Aussies are firm favourites for this game in neutral territory.
Yeah, the Aussies are firm favourites, but I think it's going to be closer than this. The Argentinians, I think, are due to get 80 minutes together. I still think the Aussies will win, but I think the line and also Aussies 1-12 are good bets to get a bit more value in your betting.
There you have it, folks. The best tip you'll get all week from the man himself, Tuck. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
And remember, if you are going to have a bet this weekend on the Wallabies, make sure you do so responsibly.
Go to Wallabies!